Hello students. Today we are going to discuss the banker and customer relationship. This relationship is very important because this relationship is depend on various activities, products, services provided by the bank to its customers. This is basically a transactional relationship based on the transaction. And the most important thing is that the bank businesses depend on trust. So most important relationship is the trust. Now here we need to understand various types of relationship depend on banker and customer. So the relationship is like debtor and creditor. The relationship is pleasure and pleasee. It is of licensor and licensee, bailor, bailee, hypothecator and hypothecatee. The relationship is like trustee and beneficiary, agent, principal, advisor and client. So there are various types of relationship between banker and customer. The role played by the banker and customer are many types of. The first relationship is debtor and creditor. So when customer open an account, so the account is having a credit balance, the relationship is the debtor. Here the bank is debtor and customer is creditor, and just opposite relationship is in case of loan and advances, the bank is the creditor and the customer is the debtor. So this is the way how the relationship creates and depends. The another relationship is pleasure and pleasee. So this happens when the customer please or promises certain assets or security with the bank in order to get a loan. So here the customer become pleaser and the bank become pleasee. The another relationship is licensor and licensee. When the banker gives a safe deposit locker to the customer, the banker will become licensor and the customer will become the licensee. When we talk about the bailor and bailee, so bailment is basically a contract of delivering goods to the party held by the another in trust for a specific period. So bailor is the party that delivers property to another and bailee is the party to whom the property is delivered. So when a customer gives a sealed box to the bank for safekeeping, the customer become the bailor and the bank become the bailee. So here there are so many relationships created by the customer and bank depend on the transaction to transaction. Like same, a hypothecator and hypothecatee is the relationship between bank and customer that is depend on certain movable and non-movable property or assets with the bank in order to get a loan. So the customer become hypothecator and the bank become hypothecatee. When we talk about the trust and benefits, though the relationship is trustee and beneficiary. The trustee holds a property for the beneficiary and the profit earned from this property belongs to the beneficiary. The same if the customer deposits securities and valuables with the bank for safe custody, the bank becomes trustee and the customer is beneficiary. Another condition is the agent and principal. So the bank is act as an agent for the customer, buying and selling securities on his behalf. For example, the collection of checks, dividends, bills, promissory notes on behalf of customer. So here the bank is acting as a trustee, an executor or correspondent or representative of a customer. Now the relationship is depend on advisor and client. So sometimes when customer wants to invest in securities, the bank act as a advisor. The advice can be an officially or unofficially. So here we understand that there are so many type of relationships depend on transaction to transaction. But now we need to understand how an relationship comes to an end between bank and customer. So the first condition is the death, insolvency and lunacy of customer. The second is the customer close his account, that is called voluntary termination. Third is the liquidation of the company, say for example the closing of bank or the closing of a customer business, the closing of an account by the bank after giving due notice. So this is also a kind of a termination of a relationship, the completion of contract or the specific transaction. Sometimes a customer open an account for a specific time period, so after completion of that time period the relationship comes to an end. So here we understand what is the relationship between bank and customer. Thank you.